So you're going over to your friend's house, you want to take a slice, maybe a treat, but that means high fat, high sugar usually. But Lucy Kelly, food editor of Weight Watchers, she has the answer. Pastries don't always need to be high in fat and sugar, do they?
No, they don't. And that's what we're going to show you today. We're going to make a raspberry and macadamia galette.
That sounds delicious.
Which is a big treat. It's so important to be able to have slices and cakes and things when you're on the Weight Watchers program as treats that you can look forward to.
So what's the first step of doing this?
Well, first step, we're going to make the filling. We need half a cup of macadamia nuts.
Okay, lovely. So not salted?
Not salted,
nice.
but we've sort of reduced the portion of the frangipane mixture. But you still get all the flavour. You get that lovely nutty, buttery filling.
Usually it's done with almonds, but why not do it with macadamia? There's nothing saying you can't, and you know, they're lovely. Okay, so half a cup there.
And then we've got some reduced fat spread.
Okay, so that's instead of the butter.
Yeah, instead of the butter.
Okay.
And then we've got some caster sugar.
Caster sugar.
Quarter
okay,
of a
so
cup.
there's still a little bit of sugar.
And then I'll put an egg yolk in. We're going to just separate that.
So just the yolk?
Just the yolk.
Okay.
And we've got a quarter of a cup of self-raising flour.
And that's been sifted, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yep, so that goes all in together and we just blend it up.
Here we go. Yep. That's right.
Okay.
Give it a whiz. You can use a mix master for this.
How's that, Lou?
Beautiful.
That's good.
That's great.
That was nice and easy.
That was nice and easy. Can you just
scrape that? Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, first of all, we'll do the phyllo pastry.
Okay.
We use 3 sheets of phyllo.
So when I do my galettes at home, I use puff pastry, which is a butter pastry. But this is the alternative, I guess. Phyllo pastry is very thin, isn't it? Very delicate pastry.
So that's another way of reducing the fat in this recipe. Yep. But you're not reducing the flavour.
Which is what you guys are, the philosophy is you're not sacrificing any flavour at all. There's still loads, packs of punch, really tasty, still get the sweet element to it, but, you know, half the calories. Or maybe even less than that. I don't know. Yeah. So you're cutting that in half with the scissors, which is a good trick.
Cut that in half, and then you just take a baking tray and line it with baking paper. Yep. And you just put the first layer on. There we go.
And so you were saying before to me, this you can get frozen or fresh phyllo pastry. So when you're at your supermarket, get the phyllo pastry from the refrigerator section. It's just easier to handle, isn't it?
It is easier to handle. The frozen, sometimes if they haven't handled the frozen properly, it's been thawed and then refrozen. And so what you find is when you try to separate the layers, it's really tricky. Yeah, and it gets flaky and dry easier. Yeah. Yep. So how many layers altogether? Just
There's
6.
Oh, 6 altogether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we put our filling on.
Oh, okay, that was fast.
And you just put it into the middle.
Can I have a taste of that mixture? I just want to see how sweet it actually is. It's nice with the macadamia nuts, isn't it?
It's good.
Lovely.
You could use almonds. You could use almonds if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
Just get another spoon. And you just leave a border about 2.5 centimetres around the edge. And we've got some gorgeous frozen raspberries. So the beauty of these, they're frozen, so if they're not in season, if they're not midsummer and you can't get them fresh, then you can get them frozen. They're around all year round because they're picked at their best in summer, so you still get that beautiful sweet flavour. They are. That looks really pretty in the way that's, you know, very floral. Very pretty. It matches your dress. Yes. So then you just fold the edges in. Yep. And give it a nice crispy, crunchy edge. Lovely. You can do that. Do you want to do this side? Yep. So just fold in. I've served this at dinner parties as a dessert, or you know, it's fantastic. You cut it up into smaller pieces for a morning tea or an afternoon tea. Okay, so do we spray the edges a little bit? Yeah, I'm going to give the edges a little spray. A little spray, yep. And how long are we going to cook that in the oven for? About 20 minutes. 20 minutes on 200? 200, yep. Okay. All right, I can put that in the oven for you. And then we'll come back and eat it. Yep. Oh, yes.
Oh, loose. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Okay, so it's nice and golden and crispy on the outside.
Now, if I was going to serve this for afternoon tea, I would let it cool down a little bit.
Okay. Did you want a big knife?
Give it a go now while it's warm.
Okay. So I love baking paper on the bottom. You just slide it off.
Slide it
Makes
off.
life a lot easier. The raspberries, they smell fantastic. Feels like we're in summer. Every time I smell a raspberry, I'm like, okay, summer's here. Even if it's not summer.
I mean, I would just cut that into pieces like this.
Oh, yum. Oh.
And when it's cooled down a bit, it'll just be easier to eat, I think. Oh. And this is just lovely as a dessert, served with a beautiful organic yogurt.
Are we allowed to put icing sugar on it, or is that too much sugar?
No, we always give it a bit of a sprinkle with icing sugar. So
and if you bring that to my house...
Sprinkle?
If you bring that to my house on an afternoon, I'll be pretty impressed.
Yeah. I'd be happy with that.
It smells amazing. Yeah. Looks good, Lois. Well, why don't we go have a sit down and have a coffee and have a little bit of this beautiful frangipane and raspberry slice.